welcome to the live stream here at Chateau Alon for the 31st Annual Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic. Of course, Don Savela from Exhibit City News, exhibitcitynews.com, sponsored by Twix over here as he's trying to get his sugar levels up. I had mine this morning at Waffle House. Of course, Don and I, as you saw on the front end of a post video, did our annual 6:30 in the morning, 5:30, 6:30, whatever time it was, breakfast there.
Waffle House.
At Waffle House. What's up, everybody? As we promised, it is the Don and Mike show. Just if I do a little switcheroo here with the camera. I don't even know how to do that, so I'll do it this way. Hey, what's up? It's Waffle House on a Monday morning.
So to go.
They're all on the grill. I think we're the only people in here, are we?
One other person now.
It's when we got here, we were the only customers, so there's one at the bar. See them now. So we're getting ready for the Randy Smith Memorial. It's funny, we do this every year that we're at Chateau Alon. We come here and partake of the Waffle House breakfast menu, which, as you can tell there, I always do the same thing every time, the All-Star Special. Not that anything is of value these days, but based on everything else on the menu, that's what I get, and I know you don't care. But so the next time you hear from us, we'll be at Chateau Alon getting ready for the Randy Smith.
No chance of rain, they say.
84 degrees sunshine. It'll be a beautiful day. We'll see you there. So had a chance to kind of go over the chaos that happens here at a Randy event. People are beginning to make their way in now. They're starting early this year. That's one of the changes, Don, from previous years of the Randy Smith Memorials, that we've kind of always started late, per se. We would always start at a noon kickoff, meaning a noon tee-off. And the problem is, by the time you get through the number of foursomes that you get through with this event, and then you finally get ready to go to the post-dinner, people are still playing golf, and that's always a challenge, right?
It is, and that 1 hour starting time move up to 11 compared to noon can make a huge difference, I think.
I think so too. People will finish up, within somewhere between 4:30, be able to go change clothes, take a shower in the clubhouse if you wish. Otherwise, make your way over to the main building over at Chateau Alon, where we will have the recipient recognitions that we always have for the Randy Smith, and also, of course, dinner and a chance to finish up a full day that starts out very early. Yesterday, actually, you and I got here a day early for the setup, and we saw and I'll say this, and I may get in trouble for this. It doesn't matter how early you get here and set this up. Something about first thing on golf day morning is always chaotic. It's total chaos, right?
Always forget something, need something, or at least we don't have any chance of rain unless there's some act of the heavens.
It's funny you say that. Last year at the 30th annual recognition of the Randy, it was a complete monsoon. It was just horrible rain. But this is a rain or shine event. So if it rains, you're on the course. And it's funny that Chateau Alon would allow us to even do that, or any golf course for that matter, Stone Mountain or Berkeley or wherever we're at, to play in that type of condition where literally the course was underwater and we were swinging clubs, and it was crazy.
It reminds me of the end of Caddyshack when they're always out there in that thunderstorm. And I remember last year, even the day before, when we were unloading the truck, it was raining. So, and we knew it was going to rain the next day, but we pushed on. That's all you can do. And
that's what we did. We pushed on. We actually did the event. We did under rain, under monsoon effect, and we got it done. But it was kind of crazy. Jim Worm, I see you over there. Come on and sit down. We start out almost every single, if not every other one. Got a lavalier mic here. You can just sit down and clip that on, and then you'll have your own microphone without chaos. We tried to set up this year, Jim, without the chaos that we normally have at a Randy Smith, right?
Well, there's always chaos. This is a question of like working on the trade show floor. Last minute stuff. Hey, how do I do this?
Is this registration?
in there. And so we're like right outside of registration. So everybody comes to us here, even though it says Don and Mike Reunion Podcast, and they go, "Is this where I start?" No, you start inside. We just wanted to take advantage, Jim, of sunshine that we didn't have last year, because last year, as you remember, was complete monsoon weather.
Yeah, it was like getting up, taking a shower, and then coming to the course and taking 18 more.
Consecutive showers. You're exactly right. It was absolutely crazy.
It was super wet.
It was. And so this year we've got 84 degrees sunshine, nothing but blue skies around us. My wife texted me yesterday and said, "Well, it looks like it's raining or about to rain over here." And I said, "Shut your mouth. Don't even open your mouth, because I don't want to hear anything about rain. We want to be out here." We brought the Don and Mike studio out here on the patio right here at the entrance of the auxiliary section of the golf course. So give us all the important information. How many golfers? How many people registered for this year?
We had a new record in terms of golfer registrations this year, a total of 286 registered golfers. And we like to cap it at 288 because at 288, that's foursomes double stacked on every hole on both courses. So it was a tremendous year that way, and the number of folks at the golf course, the number of folks at the banquet tonight, the number of recipients we have are all high numbers. And so those two things go hand in hand, and we're very grateful for all the support we get from our sponsors and all the golfers to take care of our recipients.
That is amazing. And after 30 years, I'm going to confide in you for a second, because I think I've been able to do that over the years. Don and I went out to eat last night at a restaurant nearby that we actually went to last year. We really like an Asian restaurant down near the mall. And we came here yesterday while everything was chaotic and everything moving in. But I made a statement to Don last night, and I wonder what your thought is on this. There's a lot of us collectively who've been coming here or to the event for now, anywhere between 0 and 31 years, most likely, let's say 20 years and 30 years.
Right.
And what I saw yesterday was interesting. I saw a lot of tired faces. And I looked at Don and I said, "Do you think that we're reaching a point where when we come out here and we do this thing over and over, it's like muscle memory, but we're kind of getting a little tired of it?"
Well, I think, lots of different reasons why somebody might have a tired face. They might have just come off a show that they worked for a week and a half.
Very true.
And they haven't really had a chance to recharge the battery. But in terms of the enthusiasm that we experience for folks, in terms of participation, in terms of supporting this event and this charity, it's as good or better than ever. So it's kind of an amazing process that we've been doing this for 31 years, and the level of interest, the level of support is as good as it's ever been.
One of the things that I think that you're exactly right. First of all, you don't set records of participation of golfers if you're tired. Now, I realize that's a different segment than what I was referring to.
Right.
The segment of the people who are coming out here, the Robert Larhovens, the Jim Worms, the Rich Johnsons, the Teds, everybody collectively who was out here slinging banners and throwing ladders up, right?
Right.
And you can, but without those people, you don't have this event.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And one of the things that we do talk about amongst the folks on the board that organize this over 4 or 5 months before the event actually happens, we're always looking for what's the path forward. How are we going to continue to do this? And my son Alex has been here with me for about the last 15 years. He's the guy that handles the credit card payments as folks are checking in for golf. Mm-hmm. And we were out at the Patties last night at that informal receptions over there, and he goes, what I'm noticing this year? He goes, a lot more younger people here this year than I've noticed in the past, which is a great sign for us, because the next generation is certainly going to be critical to be able to help us manage the path forward.
Yeah, the future leaders, which I think was part of that event last night, from EDPA and from everybody collectively coming in for the event. I think that's a very important key, not only across the industry that we get the young people involved, the younger people involved, but also getting them involved in every segment of the industry, not just on the show floor, not just in the design phases and everything that's involved with the industry. But ancillary events like this one are very important to keep on building and refueling that funnel, putting in more youth involved. And I am seeing even in the volunteers this year, WS for the first time had a volunteer who's actually driving carts. Nick Prather's out here driving. And if every company brought one or two, we'd be slammed.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're noticing. And the other thing I find remarkable is I keep track, because I'm the guy that registers the golfers and puts all the foursomes together and also records the sponsors' contributions. And I also try to keep track of, because we have to have a hotel room block here that's adequate for the folks that are coming in from out of town. You know, you would think it'd be the opposite, but the split for out-of-towners versus locals, we always have more out-of-towners. It's like a 60-40 split. And we bumped into that in a big way this year. We actually ran out of hotel rooms at the inn in July.
Wow.
So we were scrambling to find more rooms for folks as they're signing up, because folks are busy and they have other jobs and things. They're traveling a lot. We were able to accommodate it, but it was a little bit of a shock for us this year to notice that not only are folks enthusiastic about it, but they're making plans months in advance to come here, where we used to always struggle with them coming and letting us know at the last minute that they were coming to participate.
Yeah, it's I found myself registering early before I realized I was going to have back surgery, and that's
almost didn't make it.
I almost didn't make it, but I did make it, and I am going to be there to do my part.
We're glad you're back.
Well, I appreciate that, because it's I had some complications many of the listeners have heard. Hematomas and blood clots don't play very fairly with back surgery, but I am back. I'm wearing a brace now, and I'm able to get out and function and be a part of it. And this is something that I think it's once you, Boone said it best, right? Once you go, then you know, and then it's in your bloodstream, and then it's in your muscle memory, and it's hard to get away from.
Right. And you only have to walk into a room like last night at Jackson, or at Patty's, where we're having that reception, and the trade show crowd is there in full force, and it's just like there's an energy in that room that is indescribable. Unless you've been there and you've been in it, you just wouldn't know how much camaraderie it is, how much collegiality it is amongst folks in this industry to come together and support one another.
Really is. Is there anything new for this year with this record-setting number of registrants and participants, or is the I know, of course, one of the things I'm sure you'll mention is the new start time, to try to get as many golfers in and get them over to the main facility. I'm sure you'll talk about that.
Yeah. Our typical historical start time had been a noon shotgun, but there's a little bit of a distance between here and the hotel where the banquet's going to be. So we're starting at 11, which makes it a little tougher in the morning, because we've got to register 286 golfers in 2 hours, which is it's a bit of a challenge. In terms of new, one of the things is new. It just happened about 5 minutes ago. We like to do a putting contest on both of the courses, but I was just informed by the pro they don't want us to do a putting contest on Woodlands on the 18th green, because their ground crew said, well, if you have everybody putting from the same place, it could disturb and it could ruin the green. Oh, wow. So we're not doing a putting contest on Woodlands this year. We're doing a chipping contest.
That's funny. Yeah. You'll overcome.
Well, it's just like I said, it's like the trade show floor. You just adjust and you make a plan and you just make it work.
I respect the fact that you want to keep the integrity of the green in place, but I also understand if you've advertised something and you've collected money for something, and now you got to tell people, actually put your putter away, pull your chipper out, and see how you can do without. No, I need to work on that part of my game, all the parts of my game, actually. Don, anything you'd like to ask?
Well, I was surprised this morning. We were wondering what that noise was while we were setting up here, and I'm like, I thought it was a generator or something. I hope that ends, and I started peeking around the corner behind us, and one of the locals here said, oh, that's them drying the green. They had the leaf blower, and they were drying the green. I go, I didn't know they do that stuff. He goes, only the better courses do that. Yeah. Maybe they should have got out there around 3 a.m. and started driving it for the putting contest.
I guess so. You know, they couldn't get the helicopter to come to it, so they,
That would do it.
That reminded me of the Chicago. I'm wearing my Chicago Randy shirt today because I'm feeling a little guilty. I didn't get to go play there this year because of the back situation. But I remember, I don't know if they did it this past season, the year, but I know one time before they had a helicopter
The drop.
yes.
of all, and
Yeah.
the winning ball gets like $1,000, $3,000, whatever dollars it was. I don't think they listed that here.
No, they're probably not. I know one of the things that we have done in other tournaments in other places is the ball cannon, you know, that shoots the ball 300 yards.
Wow.
But the houses are too close to the fairways here, and they don't want us doing that. So we don't use the cannon shot here.
Yeah, I understand, and this is a very high-end community of what we call in Alabama highfalutin folks that probably would frown on the.
They did offer one alternative that we weren't aware of, and it's kind of an interesting idea. They do have a drone, and you could fly the drone over the green and try to drop it and make it get in the hole, but it was pretty cost prohibitive to get drones on both courses.
I thought the Ukraine had all the drones in the Western world.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know, yeah, I mean, you could do a whole lot of things out here, but the main focus, as we talked about now for 31 years and 20-something for me, I've lost count, is the main thing, and the main thing is the Randy Smith. It's the recognition of the recipients. Can you tell us a little bit about that this year?
Yeah, we have 11 recipients that are in need of some financial help. We have 6 recipients that are being memorialized at the event. They're folks that have passed on, but we wanted to remember them. They're not in any kind of financial straits and needs, including Lee Knight is going to be memorialized at this year's Randy banquet. Obviously an industry icon for many, many years, and folks with lots of different challenges, that whether it was health challenges or somebody passed away suddenly, unexpectedly. We're always of the mind to let folks know that that's what we're here for. We're here to provide support. The only thing that we regret is that sometimes we'll finish this event and we will send out the contributions to the respective financial recipients, and then we find out about somebody that has a need in January or February, and then we just go, geez. We'd like to be able to do something now, but we'll keep you on the list for this year's event in October or September.
Yeah, there's a bit of a calendar issue there where you have to look at, cutoff dates and planning times and print materials and everything else to let everybody in the industry know who passed away. Maybe there's somebody that they didn't realize. We talked on our last show just last week about Michael Donovan out in San Diego. 51-year-old guy, owner of 760 Displays, who's right down the road from WS, and it just came out of nowhere. It blew me away. I found out when I was in the hospital. And that's the thing about this whole game, right? It's not the industry restricted to that. It's across the board. Tomorrow you just don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And you got to be ready for that.
Exactly. Well, every day is a blessing, and we're very blessed to be here today.
Jim, I appreciate it. I know you got a lot of work to do. Thank you for stopping by and talking with us here from the Don and Mike Reunion Podcast. We're here live at the Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic. We'll take a short break and come back in about 1 minute with more interviews from here at Chateau Alon.
Need a presenter? Your Event Audio has you covered. Closed-circuit audio equipment with turnkey operation at your trade show booth, live event, or private event. YourEventAudio.com is the place to go. DJ services, MC talent, and a whole lot more. Check out YourEventAudio.com today.
We're back here at Chateau Alon, here, home of the 31st annual Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic on the Don and Mike Show Reunion Podcast. Appreciate you taking time out of your schedule and checking us out, either live stream or also in our post video. I came into this game in 2001 with Octanorm. And one of the first people I met, besides Don, with Exhibit City News, was Dave Flory. And Dave was always out here just volunteering and giving a whole lot to the event, to the industry. And a few years back, you decided you had a better offer to take this thing called retirement. and son, I'm right there with you. I'm kind of knocking on that door singing swan songs myself. wondering, am I going to make another couple of years, or that's the thing. When did you first? Dave Flory joins us now, Don and Mike. And when did you know it was time that maybe it was just?
Well, it was absolutely a COVID-related thing. It was March of 2020, and everything downsized. So, I officially started retiring. I like to tell people on April Fool's Day, 2020. But it's been great, and it's really wonderful being able to come back here after 5 years and see all these smiling faces and all these great people that I used to get to work with, like Jen Eads over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Don and I talked, we went out to eat last night, and one of the topics we talk about is, what do you consider family? And, I'm in one of the, I have an immediate family. I have a wife, 2 kids, grandkids, the whole 9 yards that, you inherit after years and years of your personal life. But then if you put the number of years into this industry that you've put in, I've put in, that Don has put in, this is another segment of family that it's kind of like our reunion, where we all come together, we lay down the swords, our competitors, and we go for the common cause, and that's never changed.
You beat me here by a couple of years. I joined this part of the industry in 2004, so I've been doing this for a while. And it's just great to be able to be part of the board for the Randy here and help them put this on every year. We have picked a date for next year. We're working on the contracting, and it should be September 28th here next year, which will be another Monday tournament. So that's hot off the press news.
Well, that is very much hot off the press news. The fact that Monday has turned into kind of a go-to. What's the mentality behind that?
A lot of courses do that. A lot of courses are, closed typically on Mondays, so they do their maintenance. And this particular set of courses here, it's hard to find a place that can host this many golfers. 288 signed up is just huge. So, we don't have a whole lot of choices, and this place is in great shape.
It always is, and it is a great place to come, because you can accommodate 2 18s for the number of people, even though you're double stacked. And Jim Worm and I were talking a few minutes ago about starting an hour earlier to kind of help ease the pain of getting through your 6-hour round and still be able to go make it to network with somebody and talk with them before dinner, and the recipient recognition and speeches and everything that's involved in that.
Yep.
But I think that's the thing, that at the end of the day, the thing is the thing, and the Randy Smith is all about that reunion moment that you can come together. We talk about the laying down of swords for their competitors and come here for the common cause, and you've seen that for a few years now.
Yes, it's been great. It is wonderful. After the big rain out last year.
It didn't rain out. It didn't rain out. We actually played.
That's true.
How in the world I got out of that without pneumonia?
Yeah,
it is a miracle.
Yes.
But, they actually have a couple of showers over in the auxiliary area in the clubhouse. Absolutely. We have some WS shades here for those that forgot their expensive ones. They can grab some cheapos here and wear those today, especially on an 84-degree sunshiny blue sky day. But there were showers over there. There's no towels. There was not, and so you got like 15 grown naked men trying to run through showers. It was a mess. Let's put it that way. So we're not going to have
a horrible thought.
It was a horrible thought. I could not unsee it. As a matter of fact, it took me back to a horror section of my life. And the cool thing is we don't have to worry about that today. It's going to be a great day.
It is spectacular. And I remember one of the first ones I was at here 20 years ago. There were like 2 cold, rainy days. And I remember one year I bailed out. I think I started on hole number 17. And by the time I got to 18, I was like, okay, well, I made it to 18. We're done. But there are plenty of people that go slog all the way through on those bad days.
Because you pay a good bit of it's a contribution, but still you pay for the right to play.
Yes.
And rain or shine, we do this event because you can't reschedule something like this.
Not at all.
It's
Too many
impossible.
people from all over the place are coming in. They got flights, hotels. The show must go on.
That is correct, and it will go on one way or the other. Today's going to be one of those great days that when we do finish, there's barring any alcoholism issues that happen on the course with the excessive drinking and the cart driving off the side of the cliff. It should be a good day. Everybody's really looking forward to that. So we wanted to grab Dave just for a moment and chat with him, one of the legendary people.
It's good to be back here and see you all, and I appreciate the opportunity to join you.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Take another quick break and come back right after this.
My name is Donald Savela, and I'm publisher, founder of Exhibit City News. Project 30 is the culmination of 3 decades of trade show and event history across North America and even internationally to a degree. We're charged with the history of the industry. We take it very seriously. Our entire staff does. This is something we put out for our 20th anniversary. Then we put this book out for the 25th anniversary, and we're already talking like 225 pages. So we're expecting Project 30 to be roughly around 300 pages of stuff that's important to the industry. Well, what it means for the industry is the important thing. And, we're the keeper of the history of the industry. It's like one big, small town, and these are all the population from coast to coast and beyond. And, no one else has recorded the history of the growth of the venues, from no venue to gigantic venues, from a labor force specialized in handling an exhibit program.
Back on the live stream here at the Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic, 31st annual, Don. Crazy. How many years this has been going on. You've been at all of them, haven't you?
No, it started really small. So, being on almost the opposite coast from Atlanta, I think it was like the fourth one. That was the first time I came to.
That's one of the things we talk about, during registration. And some years, the last couple of years, they've had a little sticker they put on your shirt on how many you've been to, and I think this is 25 for me or something like that. It's like older than dirt.
I'm like 26 at least, I know.
Yeah, that's, just the fact that I've done that many. That's funny. I see people walking out with shirts over their shoulders. You've got one of the new Randy shirts on.
Yep.
It's funny how, I walk past the table and I'm like, I've got so many Randy shirts that I don't wear now. I'll save these for someone else who would like to get a shirt that maybe doesn't have one. Today I'm wearing my Chicago Randy in lieu of the fact that I was unable to participate this year in the Chicago Randy. I usually do that event in late June, but because of some back issues and complications, I was unable to do that. So I was going to represent Midwest chapter with that today, and there he is. I knew he'd be coming around somewhere out there putting those signs out.
Richie, 5 minutes, all we want.
Yeah, here's your time, sir. We'll get him on here in a minute. Rich Johnson's co-founder of the Randy Smith Memorial. And it's like I said, Don, every 31 years, it's the same. You can get here the day before, you can plan, you can set up, and there were people from all over the industry in here putting stuff in. It's still chaotic on sign-up morning.
It is. With that many golfers and all the crew, and you can't say enough about the volunteers for this organization, not just this year, but every single year. It's hard to find such an incredible group of people. Atlanta, this whole area, that Southern hospitality, probably has a lot to do with it.
It does, and this started out right here with I&D, and I know last week you pulled out the original hats.
Yeah.
That they had, that they gave away, I guess, last year as part of the recognition of the initial group that started this back when with Randy
Jack
was
McAtee.
all that group that worked together with Randy, and of course the story. If you've never heard the story, you should probably read it one time, or I can give you the basic Reader's Digest version of it. Randy was project manager with Ideas at the time.
Ideas International.
And the Super Show used to happen at the Georgia Dome.
It was a monster
Super Sports Show. And Randy was, driving home and left him with a widow and 2 children.
Young children.
2 young boys. And the boys we've watched as a trade show family, if you will, a fraternity here, watching them grow up to the young men that they are now. with their families.
Yeah, they have families now.
Yeah, and they're watching us carry that legacy forward. We're watching them carry Randy's legacy forward with the recognition of the recipients who, receive both honorary benefits, as you heard Jim mention, but also monetary benefits where they are needed. Now that we are part of the EDPA Foundation, good to see it. We're I don't know what the word is, but financially, fiscally sound in the fact that there's monies that are capitalizing and growing so that we can give more and more people help who need that help. So that's a big benefit of the Randy Smith. That's Mike's Reader's Digest version of that. There's probably a better version in print somewhere. But if you're out there and you haven't been to a Randy Smith, there's several people you could talk to in this industry. One comes to mind, the two of us here can tell you all kinds of things. The people you've heard from already. Rich Johnson, obviously a co-founder, but Mike Boone probably is one of the most prophetic ones who is out there and has said those things and they coined that phrase, until you go you won't know, or I'm paraphrasing there, I probably got it backwards, you'll never know until you go, what this event is all about. So that's what we do here. We try to promote and help through Exhibit City News, exhibitcitiesnews.com, and of course Don and Mike to try and let people know about this event, just how big it is. 286 golfers. You know what? This is going to be a golf day from hell.
Sure.
So we're 30 minutes into our live stream. We'll probably run about another 27 minutes or so, and then call it a day. We're still going to try to find some people to come on the broadcast and talk a little bit about the Randy and what their experience. Hey Nick, come here. Registration inside. Have a seat.
All right.
Let's go a different route. We bring all of these legendary guests. This is the lavalier that you just clip on for a microphone.
All right.
We bring in all of these, people who have been a part of the Randy for years. Somewhere, as I think we mentioned, 20 and 31 years, somewhere in that range. That's where most of the people lie. And what Jim mentioned, and what we've talked about on the front end a little bit, is
Thank you.
the fact that we're seeing more and more and more younger individuals coming to the game and being part of this industry, being a part of the Randy. And one of the guys next to me, who's joining me now, is a WS employee, so I'm selfishly bringing him on to talk a little bit. Nick Prather is our Eastern United States sales manager, and he lives here in Atlanta where I reside. And of course, we also have a
Registration inside.
We should put a sign here that says registration that way, because everybody stops here, which is probably a good, strategy. But we also have a Central U.S. manager and a Western U.S. manager. But Nick this is his first time ever attending and volunteering here at the Randy Smith. And I kind of told you on the front end, Nick, chaos. That's the word that you're going to see. And is that what you've seen so far?
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely. It's definitely crazy seeing everything. And I mean, as everybody at home can't see, but there's carts running back and forth and cars driving out and setting up tents, and it's definitely chaos is a great way to describe it.
It really is. And as I said earlier, as you get here the day before and you start setting up and you start hanging banners and you kind of get all the heavy legwork out of the way, I looked at everybody and said, guys, it doesn't matter, because tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock when this kicks, it's still going to be chaotic. There's still going to be 400 people showing up. 288 of them are golfers, and the rest of them are going to be volunteers.
There's energy with that chaos as well, though.
There is, and I'm not saying it's bad chaos. It's just recognizable chaos. As many times as I've been coming, it's kind of a realism that you see. So you're seeing it for the first time.
Yep.
And so what can you tell me so far and about the first 2 hours of your first Randy Smith Memorial?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's great to see so many people come in from all over the U.S. I've had conversations from everybody from Texas to Missouri to the West Coast. It's really cool to see. and obviously the local people as well that I've had a chance to meet and connect with. So it's really cool to see everybody kind of come together for something like this.
It really is, and that's I think Jim mentioned it a few minutes ago. It's amazing how down the almost 50-50 line you got here, locals versus travelers who come in. I was scamming or streaming through, rather a better word, social media yesterday and LinkedIn, and saw Chris Griffin and some of his crew coming in from Orlando. They drove yesterday to get here. And I've seen some of them getting ready to go do their thing, and others fly in for this. I mean, you and I live basically about an hour and a half west of here, and so it's easier on us to come over here and get a hotel room in this vicinity, because trying to get up at 3 in the morning to try to drive 285 over here.
Yeah.
I drove 285 over here yesterday for setup and to check in. 4 wrecks from Spaghetti Junction to Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Weekends don't save you. I mean, I drove over here around 7:30, 8 o'clock last night, and it still took me about an hour and 15 because there was traffic along the way.
It is absolutely crazy. So a lot of the locals will come over here and stay at Chateau Lawn, or they'll stay at a local hotel like you and I did, just because it saves you for the day and keeps you from having to get up at 3 and get home at midnight, on an event like this. But it's good. I thought I'd bring you over just to get a little bit of different perspective of what a future workforce leader and future workforce worker within this industry sees. And if you had to sum it up in one sentence about your experience so far, because you're about almost a year into this game right now.
Yep, next month will be 1 year since I joined WS.
So what is your summary of your experience within the trade show industry at this point?
Oh man, I mean, the one thing I tell my partners when I sit down with them is the fact that everybody's so welcoming in this industry. Everybody's willing to talk, have a conversation. Everybody kind of knows everybody as well, as what I've learned as well. Especially yourself you and Don being in the industry as long as you have. So it's just been cool to kind of be able to be kind of welcomed into different offices and meet people.
It is that. It's a kind of a hard nut to crack initially, because there is such, and it's not necessarily people being snobbish or anything else. They just know everybody after you've been, and you'll collectively stick with that group. But once you're in, I mean, you're pretty much in. So appreciate you taking time. He's a volunteer today, so he's a cart rider or driver. So he's going to be driving around the course, helping people, working booths and all of that at the different tea locations on the 2 courses.
Yep.
So he's got a full day ahead of him, so I'll let him go get his work done.
Yep. If you hit a ball into the woods, let me know. I'll try and drive out and throw it into the fairway for you guys.
No, just pull one out of your pocket, give me a new one, and I'll just drop it where I'm at.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Don.
All right, man. So quick break, and we'll come back with a continuation of Don and Mike Reunion podcast here at the Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic, the 31st edition, coming up after this.
From light boxes, towers, counters, and back walls to turnkey custom exhibits, WS Display is your partner in providing quality displays at extremely aggressive pricing to fit any reseller's budget. Make more profit by teaming up with WS. With a team of experts to assist with estimates, renderings, and CAD, to fulfillment, setup, and test fitting, quality photo proofs, and complete project handling from our East Coast, West Coast, and Pacific fulfillment facilities. We can be your partner today. Hit me up at mike@wsdisplay.com for more information.
Is she a broadcaster?
So she's she is. Don, you went and got her. So I'll
Representative of all the, they had their whole crew out here setting up a lot of the frames and stuff yesterday.
Okay, so Momentum, right?
Yes, Momentum Management.
So introduce yourself to our live stream.
Hey there, I'm Angela Youngerman, Client Services Manager at Momentum.
Momentum, a large force to be reckoned with here. I'm based in the Atlanta area, but all over the country. And it was one of the trucks I saw when I first pulled right in yesterday, as we were getting ready to kind of scope out where we wanted to be. And I saw more Momentum red shirts out here than I think I've seen on the show floor.
Oh!
Not that that's a bad thing. that was a good thing. It's for more than I've seen here for the Randy. Let's put it that way.
Yes, for sure. It was great to be a part of that and to be able to have our guys out here and help set everything up. And we have a recipient this year too, Andy Deeb. So it was great to be a part of that and give back.
It is interesting when you have a recipient done that's a first time out of the company or for the company. How many people do show up for that? Right, we've seen that 100 times.
Yes.
And so it's very it's a very good thing to see the company support come out for that one fallen soldier or whoever that has the setback. And we see that over and over and that's what the Randy's all about. This is the 31st time we've done this, and we do it every year. And it's amazing how many people will come out for the first time and go, I just didn't know it existed, or didn't know what was going on. This is amazing. And as a matter of fact, when you talk about it within our industry to somebody outside of our industry, it doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, it's a golf tournament. No, it's much more than the golf. Golf is a vehicle to get everybody together because for some people that is their language of participation is the golf. So they come out and they play golf, but then they go and they see the official recognition for that individual, the financial recipient receiving the honorary member, and that becomes pretty interesting. So is this your first time?
This is not my first time. This is technically, I think minus COVID, my 8th time coming to the Randy. Yes.
Yeah, COVID did kind of throw a big, but we still came back probably faster than a lot of other things for that. But COVID kind of got a monkey wrench in that. A lot of people wanted to do it. You kind of split right down the middle. No, it's not safe, and everything that we experience. What can you tell us about momentum that's going on these days that our listeners might want to know about?
Oh man, what's not going on these days? It's a busy fall. We're in full swing. Lots of activity in lots of different areas. Trade shows, events, sporting events. All kinds of different areas, and just constantly looking to stay ahead. Look ahead, keep up, and maybe be an innovator, in how we approach our clients and their needs, and try to anticipate that, and tell them what they need before they ask for it.
Renee Long. I have been in the industry for 35 plus years. Started with ideas, so I actually worked with Randy Smith and was helping to get the whole event started back after his tragic accident to benefit his kids initially. So yeah, we've been doing this a long time. Currently with Exhibitus, big sponsors, so it's all fun.
It is all fun. Of course, most recently Exhibitus won the Spirit Award at the Get Out of the Gutter. That's a given, about as much as WS is going to win the bowling tournament itself. For the first time ever, by the way, for the record, WS had 3 out of 4 members as W-2 workers.
Oh, yeah?
So we actually had WS team, and my son made the 4th member, and he outbowled me. So there's that. The Randy, back to the Randy. I mean, we're seeing here 288 golfers, a record-setting number of participants for this year and for the event. You watched it birth from the beginning to here, for the most part. What can you say about this event that, people would understand why? The why behind it.
Right. Well, as big as this industry is and as many lives as it touches,
we got ripped off. We did. We got ripped off. I'm sorry.
No,
couldn't help
right.
it.
I know. Well, I told you my son's at Auburn, so
That's
War
right.
Eagle.
War Eagle.
So as big as our industry is in terms of all of the people it touches, all of the industries that it supports, it's relatively a small group of people who put this on, and this provides an opportunity for us to support each other through the hard times. It really means a lot, as you'll see later. There's just so many recipients, and I think for those of us who've been in the industry for so long know these people personally. We see them on the road, we see their families, and oftentimes this industry takes you away from your family, and this is just a way of giving back to those in need that really may not have the insurance, may not have a two-income family or whatever, but it's, even though we may compete, as Kerry Stewart used to say, it gives us a chance to lay down our swords and come together to support each other. So I think it's huge for the industry. I don't know how many other industries have this type of an event. It's continued to grow over the years. It's amazing that EDPA took it over and has continued to extend that reach. And now we have multiple locations for the events. We have the bowling event. I think it's just a testament to the heart of our people that work in this industry.
I think there's a lot to be said there because, and I keep repeating this conversation that you and I had last night at dinner. There's family. You got your personal family, my wife, my 2 kids, my grandkids, the whole 9 yards. That's my family. But if you can't obviously segment this as another family, that's what this, and probably more than any other industry I've ever seen or been acquainted with. This, and you talk to people outside this industry about this event, and it's just like, shoo, it goes straight over their head. They have no idea how this gets pulled off and how you do it successfully. And I know Rich has been asked on many occasions, can you come tell us how you do this and all this? Well, I think that the solution, the answer is you have to have everybody on board within the industry. And I think when you do that, then you have a 31-year success rate of doing this event, right?
And I think, you have to have some people like Rich who really feel it deep in their hearts to spearhead it. Robert Larhoven, back in the day, Ted Peterson, Jeffrey and Doug were always big supporters of this, and as a company, we spent a lot of time getting this stuff ready in the early days, and they were very gracious to do that. But it's grown beyond that, and then you get the Santa Crons and the Bessels. There's just so many people that just pour so much time and energy into this. And, we are show people. At the end of the day, we are organizers, and I think that really lends itself well to this. You learn from previous years and you continue to build on that legacy, and so that's what it is today.
Good point. Show people. There's a whole chapter of mannerisms and everything about show people, trade show people, live event, experiential especially, that we have to gravitate to. So sum up and one more statement about the Randy that you haven't already said. That if somebody's never been before, why they should show up.
It's just such a personal event for so many people. I think we all know people who have been recipients personally. You're welcome to recommend people to be recipients, people that you know. So it's so far-reaching, coast to coast, and it's just such a heartfelt event. It's a direct support of these people. We're not a big organization taking a big chunk for administrative fees or anything like that. It is directly going to the people who need it most.
Good point. Thanks, Renee, for stopping by.
Good to see you guys.
Absolutely. Good.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you. It's good to see you, and she's a trooper. You'll see her in all these events.
Need a presenter? Your Event Audio has you covered. Closed-circuit audio equipment with turnkey operation at your trade show booth, live event, or private event. YourEventAudio.com is the place to go. DJ services, MC talent, and a whole lot more. Check out YourEventAudio.com today.
Here's my man of the hour. He has finally arrived in the chaotic world of... Yeah, man, take your time. It's all right. We're live streaming.
It's live streaming. I'm fucking dying over here. And these guys fucking break my balls every fucking time I walk by. Hey, come here. We want to talk to you. I'm like, talk to me about what? The same shit you ask me every year.
And I'm not cutting this because this is what the Randy is all about right here. What just summed up in the last 15 seconds of what we've been talking about for 57 minutes is right here. Rich Johnson is the co-founder of the Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic 31st edition. We saw him yesterday when he was out here with a lot of people trying to get things in order. And it doesn't matter. You've got it clipped on. Good. It doesn't matter how early you get here on Sunday, because Monday morning at 8 o'clock is coming, right?
Oh yeah.
And it never fails the chaos that goes on at registration.
We're ahead of the game though, Mike. It looks good.
Oh, it looks great. 286. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, 288.
88. Didn't mean to short us too. That is amazing. Be careful stepping in. Don's coming back to the booth here as we're wrapping things up on our live stream. We're going to get started here at 11 o'clock. Rich Johnson joins us now with Don and Mike. And
Don, you all set up to do the picture?
Oh, yeah, with Gary.
Okay, we're going to go over there on the hill again?
Yeah, I think that's best.
Cool. So, hey Don, the ballroom we're in tonight, that was we haven't been in there since I go one. And that was a year me, you, Bernie, and Don Drew. Remember we wound up on that hill somehow?
Throwing little bags of
like
Doritos
in the morning.
the hell are y'all talking about?
Yeah. Well, we can't tell all of it, especially about the. Remember the ladies in the
for a wedding?
Yeah, were they for a wedding? I didn't think they were for us.
I thought it was a gift from above.
Yeah, no, we can't get that lucky.
There are some secrets that are being shared right now that I've never heard, and I've done 25 of these things.
That's right.
Priceless memories.
They got the Vegas stole that from us, Mike. What's done at the Randy stays at the Randy.
Oh, did they?
And I tell everybody every year, I say everybody gets a pass. No matter what you do here, you can you can blow the biggest gig of them all, and it don't matter. Everybody gets a pass. Hey, you giving these out?
Yep, those are some WS freebies there. So there you go. We got Rich Johnson with his WS shades on. This is going to be an amazing day. The biggest part of this amazing day is the fact it's 84 degrees, sunshine, blue sky. It's going to be nothing but great. And the bottom line
Best Nick.
Hey, Brian. And I told you, this is now become the new resting place of everybody. Once they get through registration, they park it right here in front of Don and Mike.
That's great. We love you guys.
We've been a part of many of them.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no, we love you guys. You're absolutely part of it.
So what do you have up your sleeve this year for the banquet?
Just my arm. Nick, you're the best, Nick.
How are
Can
you
we
guys?
put Nick in here and Jackie?
How are you? How are you doing?
We got
These girls are way more interesting.
Chicago
than
Randy
I
crew
am.
has
That's
arrived.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I'm part of the
Jackie, you're
family.
next. You guys are next.
We're just checking in, and then we're going to go set up our hole, and then we'll come back.
I'm going to hang out at your guys' place.
Well, you're going to do your interview.
We'll do it. We'll do it when we come back from setting up our hole.
All right, you're the best, Nick.
Gary.
You're the best, Nick.
Rich was asking about the group photo. Rich was asking about the group photo on the hill.
The chaos continues. That's all I can say. And it's a good chaos. Don't get me wrong.
How are you?
Well, you don't look a day older than when I met you around 20 years ago.
Yeah, right. Okay.
He's aging gracefully. Just like the Randy Smith, you're aging gracefully. Can I take these glasses off? Or are they
yours.
Good?
Let's see those dilated pupils.
No. Hey, look at this. Doesn't he look like the murderer in every bad film?
You're the stand-in for every murderer.
Did you interview him yet?
I have not.
Look at all these people. Okay. I would rather. You should talk to him. He's more interesting than I am.
No, Rich, there's nobody more interesting
He's
than you are. There are no bleeps in this one. This stays like it is.
Oh my God.
This is great. This is the true Randy Smith setup morning. This is everything that happens.
The raw footage.
Raw footage. And everybody's prone to it. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a day that everybody goes, wow, that hurts on Tuesday morning. But it's good to get through.
Somebody you can interview.
No, I got you.
Yeah. All right, next. We're going to interview you next for the podcast, okay? I'll come get you. All right, young lady. father was Les Dupree, and he owned Dupree Security, which is the security company at the Congress Center. So just about everybody here knows of her father. Well, it's her company now because her father passed away. But they were huge, and what was interesting is that she just told me, which is a really neat story, that when her father passed away, they spread his ashes in the Murphy Ballroom at the Congress Center. Well, lo and behold, that's where Randy Smith passed away. We were doing a Nike project in the Murphy Ballroom at Super Show. So it's kind of that, what's that word I'm looking for?
Jeez.
Yeah, not G's, I know that. Is it synchronicity or whatever? What's that word?
Deja vu?
No, deja vu, I know what that means. But anyway, that weird word that I can't think of. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
That they spread his ashes there. And I didn't even find out about Les until, what is that?
I don't know. Is this supposed to go somewhere? It was still sitting.
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
they told me that they fucked up the putting contest, so now it's a chipping contest. See how that's what's great
Is this
about
good?
us. I have no idea. Oh no, that's for a tent. That's for Alley Vision's tent. Steve, do you know that they canceled the putting contest on Woodlands?
I just heard that.
Yeah, me too.
We were seeing how they bob and weave because we're trade show people.
We bob and we move very quickly on our feet. How many decisions we make here? None. I mean, that's why this thing works. Because we're not a bureaucracy. We're not moved by inertia. We don't have this 50-person board that whatever question that we have to have a vote on it. We just empower people and make decisions like this, and that's why it works.
You have to.
Right.
You have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be complete chaos, and you can't get anything squared away.
No, absolutely, Mike.
So,
and what we'll do is we'll assign tasks for certain people, and then they'll look at us and say, well, what do you want us to do about this? And we look at them and say, I don't know, you tell us. You make the decision. And it really works. And this way, and that's all part of the ownership. That everyone feels like it's theirs. Because they're all involved. You know, the sweat equity Mike was talking about yesterday, Don, you guys included, being here the day before helping. There was, 70 people here from 10 different companies. That's just awesome. All volunteering their time on a Sunday to put this together, you know?
some people didn't catch the memo that registration opened at 8 and we tee off at 11. It's now 9, just past 9:30, and now the crowd has extended its way to the parking lot.
Right.
And that's kind of what happens in these situations where but you got to make that move, though. I think it was the right move. You start early, you finish early. Now you're able to go take part in networking and part of the dinner within a reasonable time frame. That's why you did it, though, right? Bumping it back to 11 instead of 12.
It would be bumping it up to 11.
What's that?
It would be bumping it up to 11.
Up to, okay. I'm not sober yet. I'm still, I'm like you.
I don't know, man. I don't wear a watch. I don't know.
I did Waffle House this morning. Obviously, it wasn't early enough.
Waffle House.
Everybody's got to do Waffle House every now and then.
It's the best Waffle House.
I love it. 288 golfers. Most of them are standing in front of us right now, trying to get through the registration line. It's crazy. It's a record-setting event. I think it's going to be all good. Rich, what do you think?
I think it will. Yeah, Mike. 31 years, And you know what? And it's okay if it isn't all good, because I kind of like us like that too. Like I like us with warts, because we're not perfect, and that like life.
There's a bit of humanism there.
The Randy's like life. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. And
perfectly imperfect.
Yeah. Perfectly imperfect and all that other.
Put that on a T-shirt for next year. Randy, perfectly imperfect.
I just hope I'm here next year. That's all I hope.
Well, I leave this event every year. I just had back surgery and had complications, and they were sitting there wondering how I was going to turn out.
Hey, I want to do a shout out to Richie's wife, Sue Renner, who fractured her ankle, Rich.
Yeah.
She's in a cast, right? I saw her.
Yeah, she's at the orthodontist.
Hi, Sue.
Right now. She's at the orthodontist right now. Hi, buddy.
By now. Doing all right.
Always awesome. Good to see you.
I feel like I'm in the greeting line here at the wedding or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little crazy.
I feel like the mayor.
Well, and you are the mayor of this event. So, I mean, it is. We did see.
What I like is that years ago, because I would always like decline all that stuff, you know. And the guy finally said to me, it was our film guy, Scott. He said, "You got to accept it. You're Santa Claus, and this is Christmas." So I'm like, I'll take that. But first amongst equals, I'll add that, because I think all these guys are equal to me, including you two.
Well, we just appreciate the opportunity to be a part of doing what little things we can do.
It's amazing now, Don, that 31 years later, look at this. 31 it's years. Bigger, it gets bigger every year. It's like a nuclear cockroach. You can't kill it.
Nuclear cockroach.
I was supposed to have retired last year, but I'm kind of like Michael Corleone. Every time they drag me back into it. Yeah, they were all like crying for me to, I don't know why. But I don't really do anything.
Sometimes you just got to be there.
Yeah, I guess.
That's kind of the Randy. Sometimes you just got to be there.
Here's a scoop for everybody. Robert's going to do the banquet this year. He's going to play MC.
So how far is it going over?
Yeah, no shit. Shit. I got a sheep hook. I told him I'll be in the front row of the sheep hook.
I think I've got a doctor's appointment at 6.
The next morning.
Yeah, something.
But there are a couple of things I will do. But I haven't been in the best of health, and I'm worried about I have these coughing fits that are really, really bad. So I would be embarrassed beyond belief if I got up there and started coughing, It would be, I would just hope everybody would give me a pass,
Oh, hell, they would.
I know.
We should take a time out,
Yeah, take a time out.
And go do something else, and then we'll come back.
I got to use the restroom.
Bathroom break.
Take a restroom break, But anyway, I appreciate y'all, and I got to get running. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Donnie. I love you guys.
Sandra Braun that's out in front of us, who, is the godmother of all of this that's going on, the volunteers. She pretty much, puts all that together for everything that goes on.
Mama Bear.
Mama Bear, exactly. Without Mama Bear, things don't get done. So it's very good to have that. Well, we're actually, for sake of time, probably going to cut this one a little short. I mean, we've done an hour and 15 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's out of a schedule of an hour and a half. It's getting a little crowded, and I want to free up some of this space because people are having trouble getting around corners here that we're here blocking. But you haven't said a whole lot, but then again, that's because I've been running my mouth. So I'll let you kind of close things out for us. Tell us a little bit about your overview of the 31st annual so far.
Yeah, as a sidekick, Mike, that's my job to sit next to you and say a word here and there, crack a bad joke. But what a wonderful group of people, and as I think Jim Worm said earlier, it's like 60% out of town people and 40% people from Atlanta, Georgia area, and you just can't say enough about it. And it is exciting to see such a large number of younger people starting to get involved here, and let them grab the torch and carry the torch. It might be a number of years more for the full transition, but you were still correct for seeing the tired faces last night. It's what do you call it? Cumulative, or what do you call it? Cumulative. Yeah, it's happened over years and decades. It's not something that you just wake up and look that way. It's from all the putting out the fires for so long.
And you still do it. That's the crazy thing. It doesn't matter how tired you get. It doesn't matter how you want to just say, okay, I want to take a break. You just go when you do it.
And your hearts and your soul.
And that's what the Randy Smith is all about. Appreciate you taking time.
Maybe I can spin that around just to give people a view.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Quick, I'll do slowly.
I know we did that last year. Kind of spun the camera around, it's been on us the whole time, but this will give you an idea as to what the crowd looks like here. So Don's going to take the camera and kind of just, you can use that wand and just turn it,
Yeah, I should have done that, Mike.
Yeah, it's okay. Now you're
too deep in.
You're too deep in now.
As I wind up around.
So there's your view of the live stream cam of all the line that's going out into the parking lot, because everybody decides to wait to the last minute to come to registration, even though it opened at 8. But I'm just saying, it's all good. A little bit, and the chaos continues. So there you go. That's where we're at. It's the 31st annual Randy Smith Memorial Golf Classic. The live stream is going to come to an end here, and we appreciate you taking time out. You didn't kind of get us back in the right shot there, but you're fired as a cameraman. There you go. There you got it. Now you're back in the shot. But so we appreciate the time, and appreciate you taking time out and be a part of it. Get involved next year. There's board positions open. I'm sure they can use the volunteer help. Always be a part of the Randy and do whatever you can. But come and sign up, be a part of it. You got to sign up early though. This one sold out pretty quickly. 288 spots. There's no more spots available. But there's always volunteer spots and ways to help. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next month here on the Don and Mike Reunion podcast.